Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back. Bobcat, if you're still there, welcome back. I'm just getting a couple of things set up right now. There we go. I've done that bit, I've tweeted out that. Hey Pulse, welcome. I am so happy every week to be back in Warhammer on a computer that I can actually play it on. Oh, we've got some things to do today. Oh, yes sir, we've got some things to do today. We are going to Lothern. We are racing the vampires over to Lothern. The vampires have taken out, wow, a huge chunk of Ulthuan. They have just carved out a massive chunk of Ulthuan. Hey, Jess, welcome. We need nuclear weasels to defeat the Skaven. I got news for you, Bobcat. I don't know how familiar you are with Warhammer lore, but the Skaven basically are nuclear weasels. Lionel, welcome. 8 p.m., have you been fiddling with your clocks again? Yes, we have. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did, Lionel. Last week we did daylight savings time. So last weekend, Saturday night, we went over to daylight savings time. So yes, we are, I believe, 4 hours behind you now instead of 5 hours behind you. Yes, we're just messing with time. Even though you guys got time first. The British got to say, we've determined what time is. We just mess with it occasionally. That's what we do as Americans. We just mess with the Brits. Bobcat, the Skaven have a space program. They basically are nuclear weasels. And Bird Brains is here. Welcome. I saw you guys had some sort of weasel thing going on in the Discord. I chose not to get involved. I feel it will broadly take care of itself. Okay, we got so many things to do here. Well, we have two really important things to do. We are definitely going to Lothern. I've got to get there before the vampires do. I need to take out Lothern right here and capture it and hold it, because Lothern makes stupid money, even if I don't have the rest of the province. On movie number 5 of the MCU rewatch. Yeah, right, I saw you were doing that. I think on Twitter I saw you were doing that. Until I get an episode 9 title or trailer, I'm in full Avengers mode. Nothing wrong with that. You know what, I heard you say it on Twitter, Jess, but I assure you, I know you still like Star Wars. It's okay. I know you still like Star Wars, even though you're watching a lot of Avengers stuff right now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, who's down here? Yastra's here, and Morathi is here. Cool. And Velatroth is up here. I'd actually like to see Velatroth get up further into White Peak, just in case they do something stupid. Hey, Hawk! Moin! Hawk! That's how you say it, right? I'm trying to get down with the lingo here. So welcome, Hawk, welcome. It's not earlier today, Hawk. We did daylight savings time. So we are now an hour ahead of where we were last weekend. We were just saying that to Lionel. As Americans, we just like to mess with time for no readily apparent reason. We are an hour further than we were last weekend. So last Saturday night we went to daylight savings time, so we moved all our clocks an hour ahead. So we used to be 5 hours behind you, now we're only 4 hours behind you. Talk to me again in the autumn and that will all change again, because we just like fiddling with things. So Velatroth. In March mode, can you get to White Peak? You sure can. Go ahead and head up there. I just want you to guard the northern border up there. That's my goal with you. And Morathi and Yastra can hang down here. You're going to move over to Lothern soon. But the problem we had, due to my complete incompetence, this one's all on me, is these guys up here, Sothroth, or whatever the heck his name is, he's only got himself and 2 other units, but he's successfully sieged the Temple of Adioth just because I wasn't paying attention. I just didn't know he was doing it. I missed the little thing here that says, hey, your city's being besieged. So he's totally going to take that. He's going to take that this turn. When we hit, move to the next turn, he's going to take that. That's totally fine. We've got Nightshade moving up here. I'll get her some more units on the way there, and we'll completely take back the Temple of Adioth. That's not even a thing. Which settlement feels they need to be upgraded? Oh, Arnheim. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. It's actually not even that expensive. 7,200. And let's upgrade your walls while I'm here. Well, there's all our money gone. That was fun. I spent everything. We're moving the clock ahead as well, but on the... right, because you guys do day and then month. We do month and then day. So on the 31st of March. Got it. Yes, you Europeans, you do the day and then the month, which actually makes a tremendous amount of sense. because that's how you would say it if you were just wording it out. But no, here we would say 331. We don't say the 31st of March, we say March 31st. Luther Harkon, you would actually like a military alliance. Really? Really? I'm up for that, Luther. Who are you at war at right now? Clan Pestilence, speaking of the Skaven, that's Lord Skrulk right there. And the followers of Nagash, who I don't really care about that much. We've already beaten some Tomb Kings on our side of the map. We may as well be at war with them over there. Yeah, sure. Oh my god, you guys own a ton of stuff. When you say the Vampire Coast, you're not kidding. You took a massive chunk of Lustria. Whew. You're having a good game, Luther. Yeah, I will definitely be your military ally. Absolutely. And then when we get Lothar, and then we can think about just, well, murdering all the High Elves, basically. All the High Elves need to go away. Yes, unfortunately, now that we're military allies, we're going to have to see everything that's going on down there, which will just make the turn counter a little bit longer, but there it is. Quite right, too. None of this fortnight too soon nonsense. Yes. Yes. So, you guys, Lionel, obviously Hawk does because he just said he did, but Lionel, you guys have some semblance of daylight savings time, too. You move the clocks ahead and back. We just do it at a different time than you do. Apparently, I haven't really... Well, you kind of see it a little bit, but allegedly we are gradually moving out of daylight savings time in the United States. So every year it's just a little bit earlier or a little bit later, however it plays out, so that eventually in a number of years it just won't exist anymore. Started apparently by George W. Bush. One of the really cool things that he did. He said, you know what? This daylight savings time, this is silly. We're not, based on farming now. Daylight savings time is a horrible idea. It is, Andy. And hopefully the thing that George W. put in place is it will gradually go away over time. And then one day it'll be like, hey, we just don't do that anymore. It screws up everything, even power distribution. Of course it does. Of course it does, especially when we do daylight savings time in the autumn. And then it's dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And now everyone's got to turn their lights on for an extra hour. Of course it's going to screw up power production, or distribution rather, excuse me, because now everybody needs more electricity for an extra hour a day. It's considered here to scrap the daylight savings time completely. Yeah, I think broadly as a planet, we're pretty much all set with that. We don't really need that anymore. That was a thing when, farming was really dependent on, well, humans for a start. But, yeah, we don't really need that anymore. If it's getting earlier every year, doesn't that mean you'll eventually be on permanent summertime? I don't know. Smarter people than me. God, Lionel, who are you talking to? Lionel? Lionel, who are you talking to? Have you met me, Lionel? You've got spreadsheets about me, Lionel, and my basic math incompetence. Smarter people than me figure out how they do it. But eventually it will go away. I've legit never met someone who likes daylight savings time. Nobody likes it. I mean, everyone's like, oh, yay, in the fall we get an extra hour's sleep. Who cares? I don't care that much. Okay, let me deal with the thing that I'm not paying attention to up here, which is this minor incursion of this other army. So, Nightshade, can you get all the way to Val's Anvil? Not quite. You can get to Hag Hall, though. Get to Hag Hall and see what you can pick up in terms of troops. Wintertime is the normal time, not summertime. Yeah. I mean, sure, it's nice, like, right now, it's, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it'll be light till almost 7 o'clock for March. That's awesome. I love extra light. I mean, I live in a cave in this recording area here, but I do actually like it when it's light out later. I do appreciate that. I don't like to sit in the sun, but I do, appreciate the fact that it's lighter later. Okay, you have, putting daylight savings time briefly aside, we can come back to that. You've got a lot of options here in terms of recruitment. Unfortunately, you can only recruit 3 at a time. What do you need? You need a little more missile infantry. You've got 4 beefy units on your front line. Those are serious units there. You could use a little bit more missile infantry. And is everything one... Everything is 1 turn. That's good. How about Dark Riders with crossbows and Dark Riders with shields? We'll get you a little bit of cavalry. I'm not a big cavalry person, but we'll see if we can get a little bit of cavalry going on. I tried starting a Bretonnian campaign earlier today, which is their units are basically all cavalry. They're basically 80% cavalry. I'm just not good at cavalry. I need to work harder at cavalry. Okay, Yastra and Marathi. We're going to Lothern in a hurry because they're starting to build an army over there. And I think Val's Anvil's going to be okay. I think that's going to be basically safe. The garrison is there, present, and the walls are 86% up to strength. I think that's fine. I think we can basically leave that alone. And where's Sabioth these days? Where's my favorite assassin? Is he with Velatroth? Where's Sabioth? Oh, he might have got injured. Hang on, he might have got injured. Will I play Satisfactory? The Granite Accidents are playing it. Actually, Gremdevel and Civilian have put out a few Satisfactories. I don't own it, Death Shiv. That's the problem. You're absolutely right, Bobcat. It looks like a really cool game. Prior to them taking it off Steam, when Epic decided they were going to distribute it themselves, prior to them taking it off Steam, I had it on my wish list ever since I first saw it. They did pull it. It's now, I guess, Epic only. You can only buy it directly from Epic, which is a little fussy. The only problem, Death Shiv, is I for the next, month or so, I'm kind of in a position where I have to be really fussy about what I'm buying because I don't have a lot of disposable income for new games. I'm really hunting down those 80 or 90% off sales. So the short answer is I would love to. The long answer is probably not immediately, and the longer answer to that is both Gremdevel and Civilian have been doing a co-op of that. You can head over to either of their channels, and they will have content of that. Random facts with Bird Brains inbound. Anyone who wants to compete will be sued. Got it. Well, while you're assembling that, Bird Brains, I'm going to focus on my assault on Lothern here. Do I want to move Velatroth up to Tor and Rock? I believe I do. Just keep guarding the northern border, please, Velatroth. Keep guarding the northern border. Where the heck did Sabioth go? He must have gotten wounded. I don't immediately remember what his problem is. That's fine. It'll all work itself out. End that turn. That's cool. And then we march on Lothern. I gotta get there before the vampires do. The vampires seem to have occupied themselves with the High Elves, which is great. They can hang out there all day. Failure to perform secure influence. Yeah, that's the least important thing you can do to me. He is wounded. Thank you, Hawk. I didn't remember from last week. Obviously, he didn't come up, so he must have been wounded. But, yeah, I felt he had been wounded, unfortunately. He'll come back. A couple more turns, he'll be back. Lokir Fellheart, Blessed Dread, what would you like to talk to me about? Trade? Yes, I'd like to have a trade agreement with you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Good luck with Luther Harkon down there in Lustria, because he ain't playing. He's having a really good game, so be careful of him down there. Random fact, snakes shed their skin. That's not really random, Polsk. I gotta say, man, that one's weak. That one's weak. Yep, we're gonna file that one under common knowledge. You're better than that, Polsk. You will play the game when it becomes old, got it, and no one wants to see you playing it. I know. And it's the nature of the business here. Look, I'm never going to be first to market with anything. With a small channel like mine, I love my channel. I'm very proud of what we've done here. But with a small channel like mine, Deathship, I'm never going to be first to market. Once in a while, I've gotten lucky. Once in a while, I'll get something very early. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I have to be careful about. Well, it's not being careful. It's just, I just don't have, at this moment in time, the disposable income to grab every game that I want to play. Random fact, just trying to joke around. Luther, you're back, and you want to trade with me. Super. And I am more than content to let Gremdevel and Civilian play Satisfactory. So we'll see how that plays out. In my own defense, I'm doing 2 factory-based games right now. We've got Gunsmith going, and we've got I did that little janky. Might need a little more time to simmer. The Soviet Republic one, which the Soviet Republic, the resources one. I feel there's a game in there. I really do. I hope that developer keeps up with that, because I think if it were fleshed out and doing what I think everyone thinks it should be doing, I don't think I'm alone in this, and looking at some back and forth we've done on Twitter about the game, I think a lot of people are like, it's there, it's just, it really it's too soon. They really didn't. This needed more time to simmer. They say slow and steady wins the race. No kidding. No kidding. I just, Death Shiv, I just do what I do. I'll put stuff up. I've been doing it since day one. Sometimes people want to watch it. Sometimes they don't. I have a lot of fun doing it. I have a ton of fun doing it. Yes, where I am right now, does that 1K look really, really close by and tempting? It sure does. It sure does. So I am certainly making a push for that. I'm not going to lie. Growth is always the goal. But if I think I'm like sitting at 816 as of right at this exact second. If I sat there forever and just made videos that people wanted to watch and stream with you guys every weekend, I'd be pretty okay with that. There might be a little bit of, I thought we could be a little bigger than this, but I'd be pretty okay with that. I have so much fun streaming with you guys. I really do. Oh, hang on. Everybody stop. Random fact with Bird Brains. The Tiptoe project. Oh, like tiptoe through the tulips. Okay. Was an experiment to extend the range of early jets. An F-84 would dock to the wingtips of a B-29 bomber. This would increase the range of the bomber by giving it long glider-like wings. There we go. I did compete, and I didn't get sued by Bird Brains. Rave music. Oh, I don't mind a little bit of rave music every now and then. Valen did not assault my units. Sabioth's back. Yay! Sabioth. And we research consumed by rivalry. Oh, +2 loyalty for new recruits. That's good. I like that. And public order +1 all provinces. Not rights. That's actually not what I wanted to do. But while I'm actually here, do I want to do a right? Jacob, welcome. Again, it's cool to watch you stream. Just joined. What about game buying? Were you talking about? Oh, Death Shiv was asking if I was going to play Satisfactory, Jacob, and I was just saying I just don't own it. And I where I'm at, in terms of disposable income, I can't get everything I want. I just can't. And there's a ton of good stuff coming out in March. There's so many cool things coming out in March or April or early May. It's a great time for games. So the only conversation was, are you going to play Satisfactory? Not right now because I don't own it. Hey, Art, welcome. So do I actually want to do any rights? I don't know. Not right now. We may come back to that game. But let's check technology. That's what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, we're getting up the tree here. We are getting up the tree. What's after consumed by rivalry? Hero recruit rank up for lots of people. That's cool. Hey, welcome back, Jess. How'd the vacuuming going? Well, I hope. You're not wrong, Death Shift. 2019 is going to be a big year for games. There's so many. I mean, both AAA and indie stuff. I did not miss Random Fact with Bird Brains. Pulse, I read the whole thing. You're not wrong, Death Ship. 2019's got a lot of good stuff. AAA and indie stuff that I am very much looking forward to. Diplomatic relations up. Masters of Murder. Oh, there we go. Assassinate, additional 5% chance. Yes, please. Give me that. It's going to take 10 turns. That's not a small amount of time, but we will definitely take that. Oh, that was to Jess. Sorry, Polsk. Sorry. Then, yes, you are correct. Jess did indeed miss Random Fact with Bird Brains. But that's what the scroll wheel is for. Marathi. Actually, let me just take a quick look at Lothern's garrison, which is going to be, ridiculous. Dragons, bolt throwers, eagles. They'll fall out of the sky, though. Dragon princes, more dragon princes. Oh, yeah, we need to siege these guys out. What army do you have here? You have nothing in your army. It's all garrison. Let's put a stop to your army. Let's siege this out. And it's saying it's a crapshoot. I don't believe that. I think they've got the advantage there. Next AAA is Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of people are looking forward to that. The only concern I have with that, Hawk, it looks insane. The only concern that I have, it's going to be, I don't know, and it's all just little trailers and gameplays that I've seen. It's just, it might be a little story heavy and action light. I don't mind some story and action. I love action, some story and some lore and all of that. But I hope it's not going to be all cutscenes and lore. And that's just the gameplay that I've seen, and that's very, very limited. So I'm reserving judgment until I see more of that. I generally don't plunk down on AAA stuff until I see some real gameplay, some actual people on YouTube playing it, so I can actually see what the game is really like. So let's get some towers kicking along here and a battering ram. We'll continue the siege, definitely. Cyberpunk news is all over the place. Some say it's going to be the release of the year. Some say it will take time, and the date hasn't been announced. Oh, so it may not even be this year. Yeah, that's very possible. Yep. I know pretty much everybody is waiting for Cyberpunk 2077. I want to see some more gameplay. Story is so much more important than the action. And here's the thing, Hawk, and interesting you particularly say that. My biggest viewed video was basically me saying I don't like Elix as a game. It's just not the game for me. I wasn't necessarily slamming it, although I felt I pointed out some issues that were not good about the game. But the blast back, the flames that I got was all from primarily people who were either German or said to me, this is German storytelling and you don't understand that. And to which I replied, I guess I don't, but I don't want my entire game to be a cutscene. That's not okay. It's a game. I want to have interactive ability. I'd like to be able to do something in the game. So interesting that you personally said that, because I got accused of that on Elix. Maybe it's a German cultural thing where you guys favor story more than anything else. I don't know. Maybe it's just you personally. I don't know. But that came up a lot. That got me like almost 9,000 views on that video, just getting into a flame war with people about, the story behind Elix, which I felt was too much. A little too much story, not enough shooting things. I like to be able to shooting things. I think the Fallout franchise is the balance for me between story and action. I think all of the Fallout franchises, every iteration of them, has been a very good balance between story and action. I get to do stuff, but there's a story behind it, and I dig it. All right, now, Nightshade. Is Val's Anvil part of Hag Hall? Sure is. So if I head up there, I can recruit in there. I won't be able to get there outside of March mode, but that's fine. They finally took the Temple of Adioth. That's totally okay. I'm going to be over there in a second to kick you guys out. You don't even worry about that. I'll be over there momentarily. You enjoyed Elix, but came up against a brick wall with it. Love Gothic, so I'm used to them being a bit janky. Yeah, I came up against a brick wall too, and the brick wall was, I got bored. I found it tedious. And again, I got completely flamed for this, and I tried to explain to people that it's okay if I don't like a game and you do, because what I was getting was, you're wrong for not liking this game. Well, no, I'm not. I don't like it, and you like it. That's totally okay. But yeah, I came up against kind of the same brick wall, which is, I'm just kind of bumbling around, getting killed by small animals, and there's not really a heck of a lot to do. It was dull. Which is unfortunate, because I think the lore behind Elix was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Speaking of lore, Hawk, the story behind Elix was great, but I never got a chance to see most of it because I spent my time running away from things. Redo, Project Tiptoe was an experiment to extend the range of early jets. Would dock to the wingtips. B-29. We've done most of this. What are we redoing? I don't know. But anyway. So, Sabioth, you're back. I'm so excited about this because now, well, not now, eventually you'll have an even higher chance to assassinate people. Won't that be fun? You already have a 96% chance. What a shock. Sabioth succeeded. Good job, Sabioth. You demand. And you get a skill point out of that? You totally do. I'm running out of things to give you. You're almost pretty much maxed out. I think, I could be 100% wrong. I think the level cap is 40. He's at 37. So I am really running out of things to give Sabioth. For you, every game is good until it's repetitive without any change. A minor change will even work. The same thing makes you bored. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't do well with repetitive stuff. That's normal in Piranha Bytes games when you've just started. The world is really open and not locked behind level berries. Yeah, I know that. I did a little bit of homework on Gothic games, and Elix, just the story of Elix looks so tempting, and the open world that they created is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, the open world they've created. But not just the level barriers, but just everything. Everything. There was a lot of issues with it that I felt were not good for me. Just for me. That's all. Other people, that is like their favorite game in the world, and I have learned a valuable lesson. Don't diss a Piranha Bytes game unless you're prepared for the blowback, because those fans take fanboying very seriously. Very seriously. Good. I'm glad you're digging Tropico, man. I love that game. I love that game. And Tropico 6 is a huge part of that franchise. I think it's really cool. I'm glad you're digging it. I hope you get into it, because I do. Funny story about that in just 1 second. I'm just noticing that chat disconnected and reconnected, but everything seems to be back now. Let me know if there's any issues on my end. I'm going to come back to that in just a sec, Art. Doodly doodly doo. What have I got left to give you? Counter-Strike? Bloody Blade you've already got? Sure, be fleet-footed. That's fine. That's fine. So obviously, if you've been watching Tropico, Art, I did this whole thing like, oh my god, the beta is closing, because I got caught out by Anno 1800. I got caught out. I didn't know that it was a timed demo, so I got 2 episodes down, and then the beta closed. I'm like, oh, darn, I'm locked out of Anno. I assumed that was the case with Tropico. No. I bulk recorded those episodes for no reason at all. I still have access to the beta. I was playing it last night. I've put many hours into that beta, but by the time I finished recording it, I kind of finished it anyway. I didn't finish it. You'll see, but I won't do spoilers, but you'll see. But long story short, I didn't need to do all of that bulk recording because I still completely have access to the beta. This was scrapped as during... we're still on random facts. Okay. One wrong move would destroy the bomber and the jet. All right, fair enough. And apparently Death Ship is an egg prison. Well, watch your cholesterol then. Watch your cholesterol. That's fine. Okay, who thinks they need a settlement upgrade? Toranrock. Okay, not the worst idea. I could see that. I'd actually rather spend that money right now on the Halls of Ravaging, because then I just have a little better military infrastructure on this side of the map. You guys are sieging them out. They've made no move yet to come out, but they've got 8 turns to do it. And we moved Nightshade. She's already up in Val's Anvil. Okay. It's rather confusing that there's 2 Val's Anvils here, but that's fine. It's all fine. Everything's 100% fine. Okay, and that turn. Yeah, I'm glad you're into Tropico, man. I've always liked the Tropico series. It's a really, really solid city builder. It's just a well-done city builder. And that, kind of bringing it back to conversation number 1, that's what I thought that workers and resources thing was going to be like. I saw that being a more Tropico-y style city builder game with... I didn't realize it was also heavily mashing a production line building game in there. But yeah, I'm glad you're digging it. I love it. I think it's great. They've already... not only is the beta still going on, they've updated it. There's actually new things in the beta. There's a random map generator now, which apparently is completely broken. I haven't checked it out yet, but according to the comments, it's completely broken. Non-aggression plaque with Lokir Felhard, of course. Happy to have that. You're actually nowhere near me, so I'm happy to have that. I see that Luther Harkon, who we are now allies with... is that a one-time deal, Jacob? Well, no, you can do it as many times as you want. No, it's just, I put it up there. I can with Streamlabs, for a number of reasons. One, like the conversation that we've had, I pay for games. Now, sometimes I get them from developers. That's awesome. Even more awesome, sometimes viewers gift them to me, which is fantastic. That's why we're playing Series Makers right now, is somebody gifted that to me. And that's why we're going to be playing 911 Operator in the very near future. But yeah, Streamlabs does allow me to put up an ability for viewers to support the channel without meeting YouTube's requirements. That was kind of a weird legalese way of saying, whatever you feel, man. And frankly, I'm happy to just have you here. I'm just happy to have you here and watching. You know you're welcome all the time. In fact, I'm always glad to see you because I know it's really tight on your timing as to when you can make it to the stream, so I'm always glad to see you come in. Yeah, that is that's kind of a very roundabout way of saying it's kind of a backdoor behind YouTube's monetization requirements. I can just kind of put up my own thing if people choose to do that. We are, in fact, I do actually have a goal. I'm not kidding. I actually am looking for the Total War game because that is definitely AAA, and that is the number one thing that I want to play this year so far. How's the egg war going, guys? It was an egg war or an egg prison? Are you trying to use a Telltale reference? Oh dear, Polsk, Death Shiv, and Bird Brains are off on a thing, and I'm just going to stay out of it. I feel it will broadly take care of itself, all by itself. I don't need to get involved with this at all. Oh dear, we have a choice. Yastra, what's your problem? Yastra commissioned a dagger, and we need to decide what to do about that. Okay, we could spend 3,000 and get the dagger. The dagger's good. Actually, it's a really good dagger. Holy moly, 75% weapon damage. Okay, we could stab the Lord. And that's actually going to wound Yastra. We're not going to do that. But yet somehow he gets experience for that. I don't see how that plays out. I don't really figure that one out. But obviously the choice is 750 experience for Yastra and loyalty +1. Of course I'm going to pick that. That's not even a choice. That's just all good stuff, no bad stuff. What does Torsethi think I want to build? Oh, Torsethi wants to go up to level 3. I'm more than happy to let it. You do that, Torsethi. Yastra, why don't you go into the encamp stance, or what do we call it here? Channeling. Okay, channeling. Yep. Just in case anyone gets stupid with you, you'll at least be as strong as you can be. That's totally... Do that, Yastra. Do that. Now, is there anything I really want to do with Velatroth? I could make an attempt to siege out the Eagle Gate. I mean, their garrison is no joke. Their garrison is super beefy, and of course they've got walls. It's a gate. Walls are kind of the thing. I'll think about it. I'll have a little think about that one. But more important is getting... You got... do we even really need more than that? What's their army is 3 guys. We're going to be fine. You know what? It's going to be fine. Let's go retake the Temple of Adioth. I don't think we need a full stack army for these guys. There's Penge! Welcome! Welcome, Penge! Welcome. The Geek Cupboard is here. Oh, he of the 5K! Can we just get a quick congratulations to Penge at the Geek Cupboard, who hit 5K a couple of days ago? Yes, we're back at Val's Anvil. And just to be clear, Penge, there's actually 2 Val's Anvils. There's this Val Anvil that we're perhaps more familiar with than we really need to be. And then there's the second Val's Anvil that we took last week. We captured a different Val's Anvil. So we have Val's Anvil and sort of summer holiday Val's Anvil. Yes, just, he did, I don't know, if you didn't see it, just a brief congratulations. Well, not brief. Make it as long as you want. But do congratulate Penge, who hit 5K. What was it? Friday, I think. Yesterday or the day before. I don't immediately remember. But yes, he's long past it now. Long past it. He's on his way to 6. But all right, you Nightshade, you stay there. And who thinks they haven't been moved? Yastra hasn't been moved. That's fine. I actually want you to stay exactly where you are. So that's good. Vol was a keen smith indeed. Yes, and he opened a branch office of his anvil. So it's Vol's Anvil North and Vol's Anvil South. Yastra, you have an experience point. Oh, right, because we just did the little choose-your-own-adventure thing with you. Ooh, we're kind of all over the map with you, aren't we, Yastra? We're not focusing with you. Let's start to get your army beefier. How about just basic line breaker? How about just your front line was a little tiny bit beefier? Random fact with Bird Brains, the Convair B-36 Peacemaker was a strategic bomber used by the USAF from 49 to 59. The longest wingspan of combat aircraft ever built. It was the first bomber, and then I will wait for the second half for that in a bit. Who else has skill points? Of course Sabioth does. Sabioth, I don't have anything else to give you, man. I got nothing else for you, man. You are basically maxed out at this point. I guess have some more hit points. Why not? Have a few more hit points. And hero not moved, that's fine. There's not really much for you to do. You may as well just go do anything. Go assault the garrison at the Tower of Lisanne. Why not? You got nothing else to be doing with your time. Ah, you failed. That's fine. It'll be yet more experience for you. It was Friday. Celebrate by doing entirely nothing YouTube-y. Oh, that sounds... Some days that sounds delightful. That's kind of my plan for tomorrow, hopefully. I've got videos set up through to Monday, so I don't need to do anything tomorrow. So they say. So they say. So I say. All right, end that turn. Let's see what Lothern's response is. Hopefully the answer is nothing. I mean, their garrison is just could wreck me. They've got dragons, for God's sakes, and I don't. Although I do have War Hydra. I think I actually have 2 of them now. And there's so much vampiric corruption over here in Ulthuan that the High Elves are suffering attrition moving through their own land. So the vampires are doing vampiric corruption on their side. I'm doing chaos corruption over on my side. The High Elves are just boned at this point. What is the Big Sky Whirlpool? Excellent question, Penge. As soon as this turn counter gets me out of Lustria and back to Ulthuan, I will answer that question for you. It's actually due to the main campaign, the Eye of the Vortex campaign. That is the Vortex. It may surprise you to know. It may not surprise you to know, but that's the Vortex. In the main campaign, rather than the Mortal Empires campaign, Eye of the Vortex is more of like sort of a story-based campaign. That is what you're trying to get. So you're trying to, well, you actually, depending on your faction, you're basically trying to blow it up. The Skaven blow it up. I don't immediately know what the Lizardmen do. I think the Elves accidentally blow it up, but basically bad things happen to the Vortex. And eventually you gain control of the Vortex. That is the Eye of the Vortex campaign. Hang on. Second half of Random Facts with Bird Brains. It was the first bomber capable of delivering any of the nuclear weapons in its arsenal from inside any of its 4 bomb bays without any modifications. Okay, so it's just really good at nuking things, is what I'm hearing here. At a range of 10,000 somethings. 10,000 units of Bird Brains measurement, which meant it could... Oh, wait, is there a part 3? Wow, this just keeps going. There it is. Fly intercontinentally without refueling. Can we all just congratulate Bird Brains for putting intercontinentally together? Because I would not be able to put that together in a chat that quickly. That was well done. Confirm that the cool Jeshiv is still in egg prison. Okay, you're still doing the egg prison thing. That's fine. That one will take care of itself. That, I don't need to get fussed with that one. That will broadly handle itself. We're back in Ulthuan. Not... Oh! Things happened! Yay! Yay! Thank you! Thank you so much! That is awesome! Thank you so much! I'm kind of waiting for the 7-second delay so I can see the little animation come up on my other screen there. But thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That is very welcome and unnecessary, but extremely appreciated. Thank you. Oh, what are you? Whoa. Oh, you got vampires down there. Okay, that makes sense. You've got underwater vampires. That's fine. Yes, indeed, Bird Brains. Thank you. Thank you so much. I put it up there for a reason, but wow, thank you. That's so very cool of you. Thank you. Oh, Jacob, you are a champ, man. You are a champ. Thank you. I can only say thank you so many times before the entire chat, but I'm always just mildly like, wow, somebody actually did that. That's so cool. Thank you. Well, I tell you what, when May 29th rolls around and we're all playing Total War 3 Kingdoms, we can, Jacob did, Penge. Jacob did. I had already mentioned this, but I'm always, because Jacob's, I forget, I know you're in Europe. Remind me what country, because the timing is weird. You can't often make the streams because it's like really late at night where you are right now. Oh dear, somebody's been attacked. Hang on. The Dread Fleet has been attacked by the Barrow Legion and Clan Scryer. Sure. You know what? The Dread Fleet, we kind of keep them on our good side. You're going to get bulletproof curtains. I just got the blackout curtains with the last donation. Netherlands. Thank you, Jacob. I was going to say like Sweden, and I've been playing that shop game, which is Dutch, so I'm getting all my Northern European countries confused. Oh, shush, Art. Shush. You know what, Art? I thank you privately. How about that? How about that? And Art, the only reason I heard that is I've actually completely adjusted the way I do audio here, so I actually heard the little notification come in now. So I had my old headphones on, which allow me to hear stuff like that. All right. Beastmaster. Oh, I know it's not super late at night, Penge, but I think Jacob has work issues where he works at night. Am I remembering that correctly? You do night shift work, and that's why you're often kind of tight for for time. And Hawk is quick to remind me that Netherlands is Central Europe, not Northern Europe. Okay, thank you, Hawk. It's north. I mean, it's more north than, say, Spain. How about that? Does that count, man? Oh, between you and Lionel, I cannot slide on anything ever. All right, what are we supposed to be doing here? It's a Dead Horse Beastmaster for Velatroth. All right, I will take the XP and the loyalty. This is not even a choice game. Not even a choice. Oh, and more choices. Yay! XP for Yastra. That's good. That is good. Yeah, work. Thank you, Jacob. I knew there was some issue where you often can't make the stream, but I'm glad you're here tonight. Let's see. Bonus XP, that's good. Bonus XP, what's send their dark souls to the Dark Prince? Oh, Winds of Magic up. There does not seem to be any downside to that. Oh, except all armies. All right, so my enemies would have more magic as well. That's not as good. Yeah, you know what? Just take the XP. That's right, just take the XP. Oh, Clan Pestilence has been destroyed. That's unfortunate. Bye, Lord Skrulk. And we've gained a follower for more casualties captured post-battle. Sweet. Sweet. And Penge is challenging you, Hawk. Penge is saying that it's Northern Europe as well. Countries like Austria and Hungary were central. I would agree with Penge on that. When I think Netherlands, I think north. I mean, you guys are kind of up there by, the North Pole, right? And I'm actually air quoting as I'm doing this. My hands are off the keyboard. I am air quoting as I'm saying North Pole. Considering that Spain is one of the southernmost countries, it's not that hard for others to be more north than Spain. You see my point, Hawk. You see my point. Everything is Northern European if you're Spain. So, I mean, all right, my knowledge of geography is stretched. I'll admit. I will be the first to admit it's not perfect. And I will definitely accept Hawk's geographical knowledge, but I gotta feel. Jacob, you want to jump in here? Thank you. Are you near the North Pole? All right, Jacob, if you look out your window, can you in fact see the North Pole? Please say yes, because that would be so cool. That would be very, very cool. Hang on. Random fact with Birdbrain's Mini. Project TomTom was almost the same as Tiptoe, but used a B-36 instead of a B-29. Birdbrains, do you have any facts about the North Pole and Jacob's relative distance from it? Because I don't know, Jacob. My knowledge of northern and or central European geography is a little stretched, apparently. You can see it on your screen. Okay, fair enough. Well, you can also see the Temple of Adioth. Now, Hawk. So, Temple of Adioth. Let's just pretend that that's, I don't know, Great Britain. All right. And, see, I would say sort of here-ish in the Twisted Glade would be Germany. Off to the side there. And, see, I feel the Netherlands are, like, up here by Slaver's Point. Am I completely wrong in that? Jacob, can you see Slaver's Point from your window? Please say yes. Please say yes. You do planes and tanks, not geography. Okay, Birdbrains is out on this one. That's fine. That's acceptable. Birdbrains puts in a lot of effort with the random facts, so we'll give a slide on geography. All right. Most importantly, Nightshade, go retake the Temple of Adioth, please. That I foolishly abandoned. Oh, you're actually saying that's a fair fight? I would dispute that game because Warhydra. Netherlands are to the west of Germany. Are they really? God, I'm bad. Okay, you know what? Whatever Hawk and Penge says is correct, and everyone should just stop listening to me. Yeah, I'm totally going to go in here and deal with these guys. Totally going to deal with these guys. Netherlands are directly west to Germany. Okay. So, you know what? Whatever Hawk and Penge says about geography, I still want to... In my mind, you're still next to the North Pole. In my mind, you're mushing huskies in some desperate chase towards the North Pole. I don't know. But yeah, no, this is a very long-winded way of saying thank you, Jacob. I really appreciate that, man. That was very cool. And one step closer to Three Kingdoms. Almost there. Almost there. Due to its slow rotation, a space... Oh, God, we're back to the space elevator. I'm not getting on it, Bobcat. A space elevator on the moon would actually need to be longer than a space elevator on Earth. Huh. Okay. So, wait. from moon to the Earth or Earth to the moon? I don't know how that works. Oh, hang on. We're getting actual numbers here. 2,600 miles to the North Pole. That's not that far. That's not that far. That's not that far at all. The United States is only 3,000 miles wide. 2,600 miles, we can bang that out in no time. That's a road trip. That's a road trip in the United States. That's getting in the Jeep and going on a road trip. You are close to the North Pole. I rest my case. I rest my case. Beatles Eternally, welcome. Climate in the Netherlands. Climate is actually quite moderate. Writers are similar to Seattle, rainy due to the Gulf Stream. From a longtime subscriber, well, welcome. I'm glad you checked in. Thank you for being a longtime subscriber, and thank you for sort of waving your hand in the air and saying, I'm here. I appreciate that. I don't imagine it's a simple journey either, Penge, but we're Americans. We built our entire country on the concept of road trip. Everything, and Gaming Allosaurus, welcome, welcome. Our entire country was developed, built, infrastructure-wise on the concept of, hey, dude, why don't you just go for a road trip? And then all of a sudden we own California. So for 2,600 miles for an American, that's nothing. That's nothing. We'll spank that out in a couple of days. That is just fine. All right. Number of magic, fine. I'm comfortable with that number of magic. I'm surprised the game is saying this is an even fight. I dispute that. Everybody back up here for right now. Let's get our bolt throwers right on this nice hill here. Right about here-ish. And they can just rain holy fire on everything. Incidentally, it's 3,237 miles from Boston to the North Pole. Is it only that little? Oh, I can bang that out. I can totally bang that out. That's fine. And the our vehicle, me and Mrs. Dave's vehicle is pretty gas efficient. We could take care of that no problem. Yeah, everything in America is based on a road trip. And Lewis and Clark, the famous explorers, just a big old road trip. That's all that was. Somebody said, "Hey, Lewis, let's just hop in the wagon and go see what lives over there." And then all of a sudden we have the Northwest Passage. So we do things a little differently over here. You guys may just sort of sit still for a couple of thousand years and have wonderful history and art and culture. We go on road trips. The USA is a southern country. New York is the same latitude as Rome. Okay, fair enough. Coming next week on the Wee Hours, Dave and Mrs. Dave go to the North Pole. Until frankly, Penge, until April 1st, I'm unemployed. We can do North Pole in 2 weeks. We can do North Pole in 2 weeks. A very, very fuel-efficient vehicle. We're out. We can do that. However, I will insist that at least one viewer comes and looks after our kitty, because we couldn't leave the kitty. He's good, but I think after 2 weeks, even he would starve to death. So, and I don't trust my mother to do that. Hang on, let me get War Hydra up here. War Hydra will be leading the charge. And what else? We got some more archers kicking around? Sure. Get those guys sort of here-ish. I want to stretch that line out a little bit more. Come on, hun, it's going to be fun. We're going to go to the North Pole. Our winter clothing is still out. It's fine. You are cavalry. Let's get you off to the side. Other cavalry off to the side. That's good. I just want to stretch that line a little bit more there. That's all fine. I don't think this is an even battle as the game is saying it is. I think we're going to wreck these guys pretty quickly. Although, never know. You never know. What do they have? Basics. Basic level 1, tier 1 units. I should be able to take care of this, no problem. Birdbrains is great with animals and won't spread propaganda around the house. Well, I mean, the only thing you'd spread it to would be the kitty. And he's pretty much immune to propaganda because he's very, very sleepy all the time. Very sleepy all the time. So, all right, yeah, these guys are coming up. I think this is going to be totally cool. When are the archers going to be in range momentarily? Why don't you start harassing things a little bit? Oh, and speaking of which, hold on. Take my dread spears off of skirmish mode, please. I always forget to do that. There we go. Unless your car is amphibious. Well, there is that, I suppose. And I don't know about the legalities of traveling to the North Pole. I mean, do people own that thing? Can we go there? We're Americans. We can go wherever we want. That's kind of the nature of us. I don't really want to send cavalry into spears. Why don't you harass these guys? These guys are going to go down, no problem. They've already broken. Those guys have already broken. I don't really want to send War Hydra into spears either, but you got to do something, War Hydra. Can't be sitting around here doing nothing. Go there. Yeah, we're going to mop this up very quickly. Very quickly. I didn't want you to charge into spears, but do it anyway. And then go hit these archers, please. Just go hit those archers if you could. Geographical North Pole is actually at sea. Okay, I have a kayak. We'll pop the kayak on the top. This is all going to be fine, Hawk. You don't worry about this. We're Americans. We just charge forward and then figure out the implications of our actions later. That's how we built this country, and that's the way it's going to stay. Yeah, go and shoot somebody. Except not them. Shoot. Oh, they've basically already broken. These guys have already broken. Why don't you toss some magic around just if you got nothing better to be doing? Wow, you have terrible range on that. Range on that is awful. Give a buff to somebody then. Give a buff to somebody. Nobody actually owns it, but if Russia likes to claim it fairly often, okay. Yeah, we had the discussion in chat about China and things they like to claim that may or may not actually belong to them. So, fine. So we'll try and catch it on a day when they don't think they own it. That'll all be fine. You guys, don't chase people who are already broken, please. Why don't you take down the leader? Yeah, reclaiming Temple of Adioth, not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. Game may have said that it was an even fight. I'm not seeing that, game. Although actually I've got... See, this is what I do. I don't pay attention to my cavalry. I don't pay attention to the cavalry, and they get wrecked because I'm not watching them. Okay, so get out of there. Go slam into these guys. Well, you know, hon, you were a competitive swimmer. So I'm kind of counting on the fact of you being able to swim behind the kayak. That was like literally what you did. So there's that. Oh, you're staying home. Okay, that's fine. Well, then we don't need bird brains to look after the kitty. You know, it'll be minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. We've done worse than that in the winters around here. That'll be fine. It's all gonna be fine. Why was I going to the North Pole again? Oh, right, because Jacob lives in the North Pole. Right, I forgot. Okay. Sometimes I get off on a tangent and I forget why I got there in the first place. Okay, these guys are actually being slightly fussy. No, they're not. They all just broke. Second I started paying attention to them, they all just broke. It's fine. This battle is effectively over at the... Yeah, there we go. There we go, victory. Is that really Dave's wife? Well, yes. Actually, it is. I don't know if you're doing that sarcastically or not, but yeah, no, that's... You can tell by the cupcake icon, because she makes awesome cupcakes. I'm not saying I married her specifically for the free cupcakes. I'm just saying it was on the list. Yes, and Mrs. Dave has heard all about you, Penge, so she's more than familiar with who you are. Yes, that is my actual real-life wife, who, you know, is downstairs and apparently watching me. I usually just ask her to just turn it on and turn the sound off, because Total War is not really her scene. But, you know, she's here. Yes, Penge, that is my actual real-life Mrs. Dave, who is, well, approximately 15 feet away from me straight down. No, I don't think we need to save the replay. I think that was pretty much a very decisive victory. Very decisive indeed. Yeah, I know, Jacob. You throw in one donation and all of a sudden I'm off to the North Pole. It's going to blow all the donation, frankly. I think it's going to be a lot more expensive than that. She does not, Jacob, and I know you were specifically asking her that, and I'll let her answer that too. But I just happened to see it pop up. No, not at all. Not even a tiny little bit. Oh, you were finishing up Thor, the first one, I assume. Because if it was the second one, you would have said Dark World or Ragnarok, as the case may be. Excellent one, Thor. I loved Thor for the introduction of Hawkeye. That was the first time we saw Hawkeye, and I was very, very excited about that. Because he was always one of my favorite Avengers. Okay, Temple of Adioth is ours again. Again, I think I'll just occupy it. Because I don't want to have any big public order issues up here while we get this place settled again. Yes, I know I secured the Doomglades. I owned it in the first place. And Nightshade's doing all sorts of good stuff up here. Wow. All the things for Nightshade. All the things. Oh, okay. Thank you, Gaming Allosaurus. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you. And, always check in. You're always welcome. Always welcome. No, not much for the games, indeed. And Hawk says Moin, which I now know is Low German. It's kind of the German way of saying howdy or hiya. No, he did. I think he does get a good amount of love, Jess. He did well in the movies. I mean, he got a lot of attention. But yeah, I love Hawkeye. He's always one of my favorite Avengers because he's so outclassed, and yet he always is in there fighting. I watched the last Endgame trailer earlier. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those too. The bit where they show the remaining Avengers in their new fancy suits is fantastic. Yes. Yeah, I've seen a couple of trailers. Obviously, I think, we're all pretty much very excited about that. Very, very excited about that. I think Nightshade, you can just hang out here. You didn't take no damage. And I'm sure they wrecked Temple of Adioth. No, they didn't completely wreck it. We'll bump that back up. And how much money do I have? Not much is the answer to that question. Anything economic I can throw down here? Actually, it wouldn't kill me, speaking of public order. Do I have a public order building? I don't. Give me a public order building. It just for argument's sake, let's just have a public order building up there. Doodly doodly doo. It is a fantastic piece of hype building. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's going to make all the money in the world. I will just be very interested to see if it'll actually do more than Black Panther. Because Black Panther basically made all the money that's ever existed on the planet. Hawkeye Pierce is the only true Hawkeye. Okay, fair enough. Yes, I'm comfortably old enough that I remember MASH 2. Oh no, there's no spoilers. No spoilers. Oh, you haven't even seen the trailers. Oh, okay. Hawk is politely requesting no spoilers, even trailers. I will be happy to honor that. So nothing at all about the new Avengers movie, except it's going to be awesome, because it will be. So thank you, Hawk, for clarifying that. Yes, not even trailer spoilers, please. Trailers don't equal spoilers, but we can not talk about the trailer. Yeah, let's not. If Hawk wants completely blind, because given the whole XCOM conversation about blind run versus semi-blind run, I know Hawk has some very clear opinions about what is blind and what is semi-blind. So if he wants a blind run at Avengers, we will honor that. We will totally honor that. Yeah, if you're that purist, you should probably warn people. You should probably get a t-shirt. I don't know if it's t-shirt weather over in Germany yet, but you should probably get a t-shirt that just says, do not even mention the Avengers to me, and maybe headphones. But we will totally honor that for you, Hawk. That's no problem, man. Unassigned skill points, probably, I was going to say Nightshade, it's Velatroth. Velatroth, what have you done for me lately? Well, why are you getting a skill point? Oh, because you keep getting those little choose-your-own-adventure things. Okay, let's also keep beefing up your army. How about, you've got some monsters in your army, as I recall. Let's get you Lashmaster 1. And more for Velatroth, really. Okay, Velatroth's kicking butt around here. Random fact with Bird Brains, there's war between Canada and Denmark. Why? Why? There's literally, those are like basically the two nicest countries on Earth. There's nobody who has a problem with Canada and or Denmark. They fought over Hans Island. They would go to the island, plant flags, and Denmark took the one. Oh! You know what? I think I've actually heard of that, Bird Brains. Would they also... It was really kind of a joke war, if I'm remembering the same sort of stupid war, where they would take each other's flags and, like, leave a bottle of vodka or something, or a bottle of whatever their national, spirit was. Am I remembering that correctly, Bird Brains? I think I've actually heard of this. It was almost a joke war. Every year they would go take the other guy's flags and leave a bottle of liquor behind. So let's take... I don't immediately remember if you have cavalry. I don't like the witch elves. You know what? Just get your crossbow people working better. The bit where Iron Man comes and he's got Batman and Superman with him is amazing. And the bit in the TARDIS. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. And then the bit where Zaphod Beeblebrox comes in and he's like the secret head of the Avengers was just crazy. Just crazy, man. I never expected Kylo Ren to be an Avenger. No, I saw that one coming, Jess. I'm going to tell you, I saw that one coming. In Last Jedi, they kind of telegraphed that. It wasn't a good bit of storytelling. They kind of just figured that. I saw that coming from a mile off. Denmark is a nice country now, but during history they fought a lot of wars. Well, it's nice now, though. They're just nice, lovely people. So are the Canadians. They don't bother anyone. But Bird Brains, am I remembering that correctly? That it was basically sort of I mean, it was technically a war, but it was like a joke war. Nobody took it seriously, and they just left booze behind. Who needs something to do? Velatroth, you have... Who else has Helenor has unassigned skill points. I don't even remember where you are right now, Helenor. I think you're part of the party that's sieging Lothern. Wild-Eyed, we could just get you a better fighter, because your other abilities are not actually really that great. Damaging walls. Actually, spread corruption. Spread corruption. That'll be great, because that only hurts the elves at this point. Yeah, and all sorts of... there we go, Nightshade. I knew Nightshade would pick up some points. Actually picked up 2. Well done. We'll have Root Marcher, because that's just universally useful. And start your spell chain going down there. Brandy and a note. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That is the one that I was remembering. Excellent. Every time Dave knows a fact, it drives me to confuse Dave even more. Excellent. Well, good. It doesn't take much to confuse me. Ask Lionel and Hawk. Just go for it. Lionel and Hawk are more than happy to not confuse me, but correct me when I am confused. Picard will probably kill Thanos with some high-level Shakespearean acting. Yeah, I mean, that's very, very true. I appreciate that. But I think Thanos taking Adrian Mole as his apprentice, if you will, was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, Penge. That came out of nowhere. I mean, Adrian Mole as this evil supervillain, that was just great. So, many Americans are not going to get that reference. I'm targeting that one specifically to Penge. So, Lord Not Moved, who? Yastra. Okay, that's fine. Commandment available. And, right, because we retook the province. Okay. Do we need growth here? Not really. No. And this can go away, because we already have a level 3 over here. Shakespeare would make me give up too. I love me some Shakespeare. The tragedies, not the comedies. I'm indifferent about the comedies. Best Shakespeare is obviously when it's permed by Elcor. I don't know what that is, Hawk. Please, educate me. What is or who is an Elcor? What could we get? Well, first of all, let's deal with your who's he what's your commandment here. So we don't need growth. We could just more money would be good. Can we just get more money? Yes. Tax rate up. Done. And your public order is stable, and that's only going to get better very, very shortly. That's fine. Oh, okay. It was a Mass Effect reference. Okay. All right. So Hawk goes to Geek Cupboard. Geek Cupboard corrects me. Got it. All right. My knowledge of Mass Effect is virtually nil, so that is okay. Got it. Hag Hall, you could get some stuff. I don't dislike the idea of you having some stuff, but we don't have a ton of money kicking around. In fact, we don't really have the money to be really getting you anything. But we don't have the Outlaw Den anywhere else. Why don't you just get that? Maybe I'll throw a few of those into her army. Hero Not Moved, that's who. Of course, Klingons would argue that Shakespeare's best experience in the original Klingon. Very true. Very true, Beatles Eternally. Very true. Many people would make that argument. I might be one of them. Sabioth, you haven't killed anyone recently. What would you like to be doing? Do you want to keep going up against the Tower of Lasan? Yeah, you got an 87% chance to do it. Just keep, throwing rocks at their garrison until we get bored over here in Lothern. How long have we got here? Ooh, still a ways to go on these guys. That's fine. That's okay. And speaking of which, should I Star Wars Fact with Jess, in the Phantom Menace, there's a Senate pod, contains the... Oh, yeah, I know that one. Yep, I know that one. I don't remember if I knew it and then saw it, or... because I knew to look for it, or if I actually saw it in the movie. I'm like, hey, there's ETs down there. Yes, there is that Senate pod. They're in the bottom right corner, as I recall. Nightshade. Well, first of all, how much of your public order is just military presence? Only 3. Okay. If you were to work your way back through the settlements, we could maintain that military presence. That would be okay. Yeah, do that. End that turn, do that, and then I'll figure out what the next move is. All right, what are they going to do? They can't be doing much. The High Elves are suffering attrition in their own lands right now. Jess did not cede herself to his pointed out to me. I probably didn't either. You're also 8. Oh, God, that's depressing. Actually, Phantom Menace was quite a while ago. But I was not 8. I'm going to say I was older than 8. Oh, hang on. I missed a Did You Know with Bobcat. Hang on. Let me scroll up there while the turn counter's going on. In the 190s... The 190s? Do you mean the 90s? Captain Crunch cereal came with a toy whistle that can be modified to allow you to make free phone calls. Well, that's a badass whistle. That would be great. I want a whistle that gives me free phone calls. Shakespeare was not English. He was a strong supporter of my dictatorship. He wrote everything in Berberian? I said rewrite the history books, damn it. Okay, fair enough. This year, TPM turns 20. Wow. Wow. Actually, weirdly, I thought it might have been longer. If you'd asked me point blank, I probably would have said 25 years from Phantom Menace. I'm trying to vaguely remember how old I was. Older than 8. I can answer you that. Older than 8. It's going to be an anniversary panel at the convention. Oh, cool. Very cool. Will you be live streaming from the convention, Jess? Will this be on the Port Havens Forum? Will we see this live at the con? 1980s. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. And points for using the word erratum. Well done. 1999 release date. Yeah, I guess it was. I felt it was more mid-90s, but no, I mean, obviously you're correct. That goes without saying. It's a Star Wars fact, therefore you are correct. But I felt it was more mid-90s. But no, I guess it was, 1999. Huh. Well, there we go. In which Lucas just said, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna do the thing that I wanted to do. I am gonna jam Boba Fett into everything now. Well, I'm only really speaking of the remakes that he did, but we get the point. Okay, Jess. So the remakes of Episode 4, 5, and 6, those were mid-90s. Maybe that's where I'm confusing it. Oh, definitely on Instagram. I'm going to attempt a phone YouTube live stream. Oh, cool. Very cool. I will look forward to that. Why are you celebrating the prequels? Aren't they hated by everyone? No. I've grown to... All right. Okay, Jess and I could do a long time. And that actually, really, Jess does just the Star Wars stuff around here. Please go to her channel. And please feel free to link that, Jess. Go to her channel and get a lot more Star Wars info than I would give you. Here's my personal opinion. Some of the acting is so god-awful in the prequels. Hayden Christensen, I'm looking in your direction. It's painful to watch, but I have found over time I like them more and more. As I've aged with them, I appreciate them more. I particularly... I don't hate the Phantom Menace as much as I used to. Yes, Jar Jar is an abomination. It's just awful. And that kid acting was just awful. But there's a lot of good stuff in Phantom Menace. I mean, come on. Darth Maul. Qui-Gon. There's all sorts of good stuff. Yes, thank you. There's her, sort of link right there. Go to the Star Wars Refuge. Subscribe to that. That is where I go for accurate Star Wars info. So anything I'm telling you probably came from Jess, unless it's a personal opinion. 97 on the special editions. Okay, I was probably confusing those two. Those are, oh god, Hawk's going to leap up and correct me because it's not technically mid-90s, but they're a little more mid-90s than 1999. They're north 90s. I'm smiling as I'm saying it, Hawk. I'm only poking fun, man. I'm just having fun. Somebody did a thing against us. Okay. I'm okay with that because there's nothing you can really do long-term to me. If the worst you could do is assault Sabioth, then he's immortal. He'll come back. The movies have Natalie Portman in them. Yes, that is an excellent reason to like them. No lie there, Hawk. Although, for someone who is basically a very good actor, Natalie Portman really was very wooden in those. Very wooden. Unfortunately, the kid who played Anakin was bullied so much. Yeah, I've heard that too. His life is pretty much in ruin. He's going to jail. Yeah. The actor who played Jar Jar, why would he care? I couldn't tell you who the actor who played Jar Jar was. It was all CGI. I mean, I'm sorry that his role was slammed, but first of all, it was slammed justifiably so. It was horribly, horribly racially insensitive, and we all know why. Horribly. I mean, Lucas, come on, man. That and the mechanic, the clearly Jewish stereotype mechanic guy. Lucas does not play around with stereotypes. If he's going stereotype, he's going full on Aunt Jemima on somebody. So I'm sorry his role was slammed. If I bumped into the actor who played Jar Jar in Starbucks, I would have no idea. No idea. Oh, he was involved in creating the character. Well, then it's his fault. He should be embarrassed by that. He should be embarrassed by that. That was horribly racially insensitive. I didn't even know what to do with that. I'm like, oh my god, you've Aunt Jemima'd this up. You actually put, like, Step and Fetch It in a movie in 1999. That's insane. I was just waiting for him to be all scared of them ghosts. I'm sorry to go off on a rant, but that character was an abomination. Lord Not Moved. I bet that is Yastra. I bet, Yastra, you're going to stay right there, aren't you? Settlement upgrade. That's even more interesting. Oh, Tor Anrock. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd love to get Tor Anrock up. Do we have growth things here? Is that what's provoking that? No. That's weird. We're getting really good growth in that area. You have... Who has unassigned skill points? Oh, Sarah. Alright, I think you're getting unassigned skill points from just hanging out. But that's fine. We can keep your spells going down. What's in your high-level spells? Have we gotten to those yet? Little bit. Transformation of Kadon, in which we can just arbitrarily summon a Manticore. What's the next level of that? It's just a little less costly to do. That's good. That's good. I'm going to take the Curse of Anra here, and we'll just unbuff some enemies sometimes. You might send me a video later. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry to be, aggro about it, but I don't think there's anyone who could look at the Jar Jar character and say that's not one of the most racially insensitive characters that's been produced in, the 90s on. I mean, 80s before that, it was kind of a little more free and easy. But after we kind of figured out that it would be a good idea if we weren't completely racially insensitive to everyone, we should have known better. And he should have known better. So he should be embarrassed by that. I'm sorry that he feels his life is in ruins, but he created a monstrosity of a character. So there's that. We can all joke about Jar Jar, but I'm going to tell you right now, I would not be laughing under other circumstances if I were a different person. Hero Not Moved, Sabioth. Whom would you like to murder today? You're probably suffering from exhaustion right now. Not too bad, though. 87%? Yeah, just keep hammering the garrison. I can't actually see the garrison, so I can't see their strength anyway. So I don't know how good an effect you're doing, but I'm sure you're doing fine. Gives you something to do, gives you some skill points. You're at level 39. I think I'm about to level cap Sabioth. I got nothing left for you, man. Is there any... Oh, no, hang on, come back. Come back, Sabioth. I want to give you a skill. Come back. I guess Scavenge. Well, yes and no. Yeah, Scavenge. That's fine. It's kind of more money in a weird way. PS1 game... Jar Jar. I have not, Bird Brains. I have not. Did you know, with Bobcat... Let me just hit the turn counter here. Before World War I, the German army had a plan to invade France that involved invading Belgium and the Netherlands to quickly overwhelm the French. Okay. Now, see, here's where my knowledge of geography fails. Is that a good plan? I don't know. I know very little about Belgium, and apparently far less about the Netherlands than I have any right to. Peace treaty with Mazdamundi. Oh, yeah, totally. I'm more than happy to have peace with you. We've had a very boring war, Lord Mazdamundi. You haven't attacked me, I haven't attacked you. It's been this whole, Netherlands-Canada war, Denmark-Canada war between me and Mazdamundi. So sure, we'll have a peace treaty. That's fine. We can stop being at a useless war. That was not only a plan, Germany did that in both world wars. Bobcat and Hawk can fight it out now. This'll be good. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a good one. I'm just going to let the dust settle and figure out who wins on the Hawk versus Bobcat military strategy. I gotta figure Bobcat. Now, Bobcat is kind of the king of military history here. And Bird Brains. The two of them together. But Hawk actually lives there. He has personal history. I mean, not personal history. I don't mean that, Hawk. But I mean, these would be things you would be taught in school, I would assume. The history of your own country. Beatles Eternally says, Germany did not invade the Netherlands in the First World War. The Netherlands remained neutral. Oh, this is getting good. Now Beatles Eternally is in on this. Oh, yeah. I don't need to pay attention to chat now. I'm just going to wait for the dust to settle. Anyone else want to talk about Jar Jar Binks? No? Okay. That's fine. I'm going to see between Hawk, Beatles Eternally, and Bobcat how the military history of the Netherlands works out. That was the reason why the defensive line was completely ineffective. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let the dust settle and see where this sort of settles out here. So, Jess, how's the Star Wars thing going? I have nothing to add to this military nonsense that's going on. Not nonsense, but I don't have any input. So, outflank. Yep, no, they're in it. Outflanking France by way of Belgium is an effective strategy. Okay. What does Hawk think about that, and what does Beatles Eternally think about that? Incorrect. They were officially neutral in both wars, but Germany ignored that. Oh, this is good. I kind of want to just turn off the game and read this. Can I change the stream to just the chat? Because I think this is more interesting than the non-war we have going on at Lothern. I should probably be paying attention to the vampire counts, though. Not the vampire counts, though. Hang on. Oh, I do. I kind of need eyes on this part of the world. Because we got a big old alliance going on down there. Oh, I should probably just send Sabioth down there. Sabioth can just go be my eyes on the ground down there. Ignored they invaded us. And Jacob's in. Oh, this is good. This is great. Yeah, I bet Jacob has an opinion about this as well. I think he has a very clear opinion about this. Oh. Well, you guys, where's Birdbrains in this? Birdbrains has got to have an opinion on all of this. It's got to be maybe just warming up for a huge, huge random fact. Except it won't be a random fact. It will probably be, poignant to the whole thing. I bet he has, says Hawk. Nice one. Ireland didn't do anything. Okay. Well, I figure Birdbrain's really super good with the military stuff, might have an opinion about this. I bet he has an opinion. Oh, this is good. This is one of the best chats we've had. Okay, here we go. Beatles Eternally. Every campaign map of the First World War, as well as military memoirs, demonstrate that Germany skirted around the Netherlands. Additionally, a large peace movement began to arise in the Netherlands. Okay. I'll be interested to see what Hawk and Bobcat have to say about that. And Jacob, for that matter. I think Jacob might be the most important person we need to be talking to here. If he can get out of the North Pole. Okay, here's my input. Was there any attempt for Germany to skirt through the North Pole to Spain? Because I feel that would be an effective military strategy. Just kind of sneak through the North Pole, get right in Spain's back door. Did that happen at all? Actually, Ireland fought in the First World War, but not the Second. I did not know that. That's actually very interesting. I did not know that fact. I did not know that they fought in either. I thought Birdbrains was correct. But okay, fought in the first one, but not in the second one. Germans only invaded Belgium in Part 1. Part 1, like it's a movie. Part 1. I know, World War I, Part 1, the movie. Okay, you blocked an army, that's fine. The army isn't going anywhere. I got news for you. That army's not moving. You can block it all you want. They're staying put. Oh, we didn't recruit a lord. That's fine. Raid Tor Anlek. Where the heck is Tor Anlek? Way up there? Maybe? We've got 18 turns to do it. Maybe? I'll think about it, game. I'll think about it. I know Beatles Eternally. We got off to this North Pole kick, so I figure, geographically, the North Pole is got to be right next to Spain, so it's probably a good point for an invasion. Ireland was still part of the UK in World War I. Okay, and parts of Ireland still are part of the UK. Ireland was still in British control, so you kind of had to. Got it. Okay, that makes a real degree of sense. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll head up in this direction, game. I'm not opposed to that. It's just we can't live up here. So I don't really want any of this territory. Yeah, I kind of regret even coming up here now, game. I might just go back to the Eagle Gate, see what we can do over there. Speaking of which, I had a plan for that. There she is. Where's Nightshade? Why don't you hop into March stance and just go as far as you can. I'm going to get you down to the coast. And we're going to think about taking you over to Ulthuan as well, which is exactly how I lost the Temple of Adioth, as I didn't have any standing armies here. So this could all happen all over again, but your sympathies lie with the Republic, and you bleed green. I can concede that point. Bird brains. Excellent. What could we be building here? Please say something money. No, we've built all the money stuff here. All right, we built defenses. Temple of Adioth will have defenses soon. Are you still? Yeah, you're working up to level 2. Okay. So not really I need a lot I need to do there. Okay. That's Yastra. Again, that's fine. Yastra's going to stay right there. Sabioth can... You know what? I like this idea. Sabioth, you're going to go be a spy. You're going to go down into the real southern part of Lustria and figure out what the heck is going on down there. Absolutely figure out what the heck is going on down there, because we have a big alliance down there, and they seem to be doing some real good work. So we're going to want to make sure we want to stay cuddly with them. Are you in Ireland too, Beatles Eternally? What part? Or just a big fan of whiskey and beer and fighting. What part? And I don't need your street address. Just a general vicinity will be fine. I know that Bird Brains is in the Galway area, which is where a lot of my family was and is. So just idly curious what part. And I totally do not speak Gaelic. Totally do not. Jacob, what are you a fan of? Whiskey and beer? Okay, yeah, sure. Who isn't? Who isn't? Who are you? You're Skaven up here. Oh, yeah, we're technically at war with you, I think, but we've kind of been ignoring you because you're nowhere near us. You don't have any real ability. Oh, that's all Skaven-y now. That's all infested with rats. You're going to want to get an exterminator up there. Yeah, very few Irish people do, Bird Brains. It's unfortunately a dying language. My cousins have mentioned that frequently. They were barely taught it in school, and I don't even think it's taught much anymore at all now. It is unfortunately kind of a dying language, which is a real shame. But there's just not many people who speak it anymore. And what else? Oh, you guys, yeah, we wanna definitely keep these guys on our good side. We are kind of carving up Ulthuan together. It's a lot of fun. But our corruptions are going to clash at some point. I'm really kind of hoping we can just cut Ulthuan down the middle. I'll take half, you take half, and then hopefully our corruptions won't damage each other. Because that's just going to get fussy. That's going to be a mess of different corruptions up there. Thanks to the British, whose efforts to eradicate were almost successful. Yeah, I hear you. I totally hear you, Beatles Eternally. Nobody's... I don't think anyone's... Well, the British might be proud of it. I don't think anyone's proud of that. But, yeah, no, it's a shame. It's a shame, because it's a beautiful language. Absolutely beautiful language. It's just not being taught, and the number of people who can speak it are dying out. It will, sadly, probably be a dead language. Maybe, not in my lifetime or yours, but it will be someday. It will be like Latin. It's like, oh, yeah, remember that language that nobody speaks anymore? Yeah, the British did a lot of things they're probably not proud of anymore. The books that are supposed to teach you Irish are in Irish, so you have to speak Irish to learn Irish. Fair. I'm kind of curious why it's not taught more. I mean, you have a national language. I would think that would be something that they'd want to promote. But then again, I think, what use is it? And I don't mean that in a slam. I just mean... it's one country that speaks this language. So, in other words, if I learned French, I could go to many, many different countries and speak French. I can't do that with Irish. It's kind of locked in. What do we have here? An audience with Velatroth. Where's the choose your own adventure where I just get a good result? What is root out some rebels? Public order +3. That's good. Favored. Oh, on turn start, lords have a chance to gain loyalty. And public order up. And upkeep down. You give me that. Give me that all day. Oh, somebody wounded Sabioth again. Oh, Sabioth, watch out. You'll be back in 4 turns, but watch out there. Be careful. I was going to send you on a big journey. You were going to go on vacation for a while. And to make it more difficult, the Celts adopted the Roman alphabet, but not the corresponding phonemes. Lord not moved. That will be Yastra. We don't care. He's staying right there. Which other lord is not being moved? Oh, yes. You. Can you get all the way to Hag Hall? Yeah, you can. Go down there. Go down to Hag Hall. We'll recruit you some folks down there. And then we may send you sort of eastish. Oh, they've got an army going in Tordranel. That's no good. I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. Why don't you hustle back to Tor Anrock and ensconce yourself there? Because that's darn close to a full stack army, and it's mustering. Yeah, that's your mustering stance. No, that's your march stance. Okay, never mind. So you marched into Tordranel. This has got to be one of your last full armies. The High Elves just have nothing left over here. They're done. Although, I say they're done. Hang on. They've reclaimed some territory. They haven't been idle. They've reclaimed some territory from the Dreadfleet. Dreadfleet might be having a little bit of a problem over here, which opens up possibilities for me, frankly. Ulthuan's very interesting. Very interesting in this campaign. I haven't quite seen Ulthuan this divisive in a while. Settlement upgrade. Who needs a thing that what they want me to buy? Temple of Adioth. Fantastic. Actually, if I buy that for you now, I might not be able to afford the walls. So I'm going to just make sure I get the walls in. Then we'll bump you up there. Can I afford your money thing? Yep, sure can. Give me some money. Give me some money. I don't know Irish history that well. Do World War II and Cold War. Tanks and planes. Sometimes ships. That is very true. That's bird brains all day. All day. Did we ever decide what the Germans did with the North Pole or the Netherlands or whatever? What a Belgium? I don't recall seeing a result there. I just recall seeing some divided opinions. And what are you up to? You're taking a poke at the Dreadfleet. Huh. You're making a move down there. I admire your courage, Tyrion. Because you don't have much left. But you're trying to make a comeback, and that's actually mildly concerning. We have a good position in Ulthuan, but not a great position. I'll have a much better position when I take Lothern. Just for the bragging rights of taking their capital city. Unfortunately, we invaded them. Okay, and Jacob is sad about that. I'm not surprised. I'm going to guess Jacob was not there personally, but, sad nonetheless. Oh, if only we had emoticons in World War II. Invaded by Germany. Sad emoticon. Well, you know what, Hawk? Germany invaded a lot of people. It's not water under the bridge, it's history. And history should be remembered, but it's a very different Germany now. Very different Germany. And the very brief period of time I spent there, you know after all this time, I have a lot of love for the German culture and Germany in general. I think it's an awesome country. But what I really appreciated during my very, very brief vacation there is they respect and honor their history and don't forget it. Like, it would be very easy, given what happened. And let's be honest, and I'm not trying to stroke your ego here, Hawk, but some of the biggest events of the 20th century, like huge moments of the 20th century, happened in Berlin. Or other parts of Germany, like key pivotal moments that affected the entire planet happened in that city, in that country. And they do it would be very easy for them to say, oh, that was a really long time ago, we don't think about that anymore. They don't. They go, hey, look, this is a part of our history that happened, and we're not proud of it, obviously, but we're going to respect it to make sure things like that don't ever happen again. I have like 20 German game friends, no hard feelings anymore. Okay. Well, good. Jacob's over it. Good. I would hope most people would kind of be over World War II issues at this point. I mean, in a personal sense, not in a broad sense. Those are things, like I'm just saying, those things we should remember. But, okay, you want a trade agreement? Yeah, sure. No problem. I have no problem with that. I'm surprised we weren't trading with you before. So, yeah. No, I didn't think you were there, Jacob. I mean, I'm not a young man, but I don't believe anyone in chat was actually there. Well, I mean, if they are, God bless them for getting into video games this far along. You are Cult of Pleasure Separatists. Oh, you've got a rebel army up there. You guys should probably deal with that. You should probably get on that. What with the rebel army? Oh, God, is somebody coming for Temple of Adioth again? I gotta go back to the Temple of Adioth. Well, there goes my plan for that army. Apparently, yeah, no, there was a thing, and then another thing happened. All right, where's Nightshade? We gotta go back to the Temple of Adioth. Hang on. And I can't just leave her there, because she'll just start losing loyalty. And that's just no good. Then she'll have her own rebel army. Lord Not Move, that'll be Yastra. We don't really care about that. How's Lothern doing? Okay, they're almost there. They're almost ripe for the picking. Neptimus Necrobutcher, you have not elongated your name. I thought you said you were going to elongate it. Look how quickly I said your name. I'm looking for 10 to 15 minutes of chat, me saying your name. For the Empire, absolutely not. For the Dark Elves, we are continuing our invasion of Ulthuan. We have Lothern under siege, and they're getting ready to be a little fussy about that. We have to go reclaim the Temple of Adioth, and now we have to go basically stand guard over it because there's another enemy army nearby. Temple of Adioth is just this nothing little settlement up there, and I keep having to deal with it. And Sabioth's been wounded again. But then I ate a pizza and fell asleep. Okay. Warhammer 40k, yeah. I really like... That'll be my next step, is investigating more of the 40k lore. I started with this, and I really I love the fantasy aspect of it. I love the magic and the dragons. I'm that kind of geek. I love the Warhammer universe, but I'm only just starting to dip my toes into the lore and the story of it, which is great. It's all good stuff, but I'm only just getting started on that, and there's a lot of it. I mean, let's be clear here. There's a lot of it, and boy, now that I look around Steam more, the Warhammer license gets thrown around a lot. The 40k lore just got so much more intense recently. Well, don't spoil anything. But yeah, they're pretty free and easy with their license. My God, they'll slap the Warhammer logo on virtually any game and make it into a Warhammer game. So I started here with the old world. I'm just into the fantasy setting of it. But I kind of dipped my toes. I'll start to dip my toes a little more into the 40k universe and see how that works out. Basically, see how that works out. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm finishing up one of the novels of the old world now, and I'm going to another one. There's a Skaven book coming out later in the spring that I'm kind of looking forward to, because the Skaven are just so interesting. They really are. You want me to join the war against Harganeth? Why? Why does that benefit me? I'm at war with a bunch of people right now, lady. I don't have a heck of a lot of time, and you are... Okay, you're allies with the Cult of Pleasure, and you're trade partners with them. I'm going to politely decline going to war with anyone right now. I've got a lot going on, lady. I've got a lot on my plate in Lothern. So, no. Thanks for the offer. I appreciate you checking in with me. See if I want to go to war with somebody I'm not even sure I've met. Oh, they've assaulted units. Well done. That will be largely ineffective, but, good job. You're stealing technology. Do I have any heroes in here I can deal with this? Not there. Wow, actually I have no heroes in either of these armies. I could recruit one. Not going to kill me to have another hero kicking around. Torsethi, your walls can be upgraded. Good. Speaking of upgraded walls, how's Ball's Anvil doing? Good. I mean, it's defended. How are my garrisons looking? That worse. Ball's Anvil could hold its own for a little while. Even Torsethi could do some work. Yeah, those aren't terrible garrisons. When you're starting 40k, we can join the discussion, which is The worst enemy, the Flood, the Tyranids, the Zerg, or the Reapers. Indeed, I am only vaguely aware of them in that sense. But yes, it will happen. Eventually I will tire of the old world. Not immediately. It's really great world they've created. Even though they did, model it after the real planet, so to speak. There's your North America, there's your South America, there's your Europe with Europeans in it. It all matches up nicely. But anyway, Lothar, you're down to one turn before you are in serious trouble. They put an army at the Eagle Gate. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. And I'm going to tell you why that's fine, Lothar. Or Bell Lackey, whoever your name is. I'm going to tell you why that's fine. Because the worst you're going to do is come down to me. You can't make the Eagle Gate come down to me. But you can come down to me. I can kick your butt. We've got a very beefy garrison in Tor Anrock and a full stack army. Go ahead and come on down. You know what? I want you to. I want you to come down there. Come down there so I can slaughter you, like the high elf trash that you are. I know he hasn't been moved. However, I do want to move Nightshade, because apparently we've got yet another rebel problem over here. What did I miss, Birdbrains? Okay, hang on, let me scroll up. Oh, there it is, I see it, hang on. Random fact with Birdbrains Mini. The F-104 Starfighter wings were so thin that ground crews had to put foam protectors to avoid getting scratched by the wing. Here's the thing, Birdbrains. I actually know that. Because there's, for any Mystery Science Theater fans, they did the movie Starfighter, which is based on that. It was a terrible, like really early sort of Top Gun-y kind of thing where they tried to promote, you should join the Navy and fly in planes and things because it's really cool. And they focused on the Starfighter wing, the Starfighter plane rather. I actually knew that, Birdbrains. Actually knew that. Thanks to Mystery Science Theater. I know it was an awful movie. Of course it was. That's why it was on Mystery Science Theater, Beatles Eternally. Mystery Science Theater is not known for doing, top shelf movies. You're not going to see, I was going to say you're not going to see Shakespeare on Mystery Science Theater. You are going to see Shakespeare on Mystery Science Theater. A German version of Hamlet was not done well. Sorry, Hawk, but it wasn't. Not Germany's fault. It's just Germany produced it. It was terrible. It was Shakespeare. End that turn, if you could, please. The remake or the original of what? Mystery Science Theater? I haven't watched the new ones on Netflix yet. I'm kind of scared to. I'm worried they won't be good. Everyone says they are, but I'm just nervous. I'm like, what if they're awful? What if they're just not up to what I need them to be? Because Mystery Science Theater is like my jam. That's my thing. The first time I saw it, I said, I get the fact that there's a stupid movie on, but what's with the little silhouette-y guys in front? I just didn't get it. And then I watched the next one, like, oh god, this is the greatest comedy ever. I'm actually literally, Crow T Robot rules. I am literally staring at a figurine of Crow T Robot right now, next to Tom Servo and Gypsy. They are 2 feet away from me. I'm staring at them as I'm talking to you. So someday I'll put up in the Discord a little photo of my little figurines that adorn my recording area here. God, why does Sabioth have to get wounded? I really wanted him to be exactly where that guy is, sort of right now-ish. That would have been really good. So, best MST3K. Manos the Hands of Fate, yeah. That's a strong contender, Beatles Eternally. That's a strong contender. Now, I mean, and I think everyone who would agree that the worst movie in the world is not Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's actually Manos, The Hands of Fate. That's wrong everywhere. There's nothing right with that movie. Is that my favorite Mystery Science Theater? My favorites change. Truthfully, my favorites change. Like, I'll be really into one for a while, and then I'll put it away. I'll be really into another one. Like, I've been watching the Mole People one a lot, Leech Woman. Those are all great. Manos, The Hands of Fate, you're right, is solid, start to finish. That's a very strong contender for the best one. I think that's certainly top 5. Certainly top 5. Watched a couple episodes of the remake, didn't watch the original, so can't compare. I sometimes feel the new MST3K a bit too rehearsed. See, that's what I'm worried about. I want to watch them, but I'm worried it's not going to be... Although, say too rehearsed, some of the early Joel episodes should possibly have been more rehearsed. Or or Joel needed to not be doing what he was doing in the backstage area. God bless him. Yeah, possibly a little more rehearsal needed to be done there, but they had no idea that show was going to take off. That was effectively a public access show, and they had no idea that was going to get picked up and take off like it did. But it's my thing. It's my thing because it's the same reason it's a lot of people's things. It's what we all do when we're watching bad movies. We talk back to the movie. We all do that. Somebody just made a show about it. Somebody failed to assault Eunice, but somebody did steal some technology. Both of those things are basically okay. You are enemy army, cult of pleasure separatists. Can I get over there and just wipe you out right now, not in march mode? Yes. Yes, I can. I'm going to go ahead and do that because you're annoying me right now. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother doing the fight. That's an easy auto-resolve. Easy. Although, you know what? I'm going to do better than the auto-resolve will. I'm going to fight it. I'm going to do better. Oh, Mitchell. Yeah, that is a strong one, Beatles Eternally. I know, yeah, the departure of Joel is sad. Departure, you know, the comings and goings are always sad. But that is a strong one. Yeah, that's got to be top 5 as well. That's definitely got to be top 5. What else is it? I actually love the movie, Mystery Science Theater, the movie. I think as an episode, that's one of their strongest riffings they've ever done. So I would actually put the movie in there as top 5. A little bit more magic would be nice. Oh, and we're fighting in the desert. That's very cool. We don't get to see this much as Dark Elves. We don't get to see this much at all. We got a desert battle. It's not going to help them. But you know, desert battle. And I've done this map before. There's 2 choke points right here. Okay, this is totally manageable. Put one of these here. That should cover. Show me your. There we go. Yeah, that'll cover that area just fine. That'll cover that area just fine. Yeah, I would say the movie is in my list too. I think Santa Claus versus the Martians. You got to put that one in top 10, if not top 5. You'd have to put that in. And hang on, I just want to check this guy's range here. You could actually move you up a little bit. Beatles Eternally, what's your feeling on the splinter groups, if you will? Riff Tracks, the film crew, and Cinematic Titanic. I would be very curious. Dragon Master Dino, welcome back. I would be very curious about how you feel about the sort of splinter factions, I guess is what you'd call them. So what happened when the show was over? Everyone started making their own riffing shows. I loved film crew. I'm actually disappointed they discontinued that in favor of Riff Tracks. And I think Cinematic Titanic has been hit or miss for me. Some of them are really good. Some of them not so much. But you have, I'm going to go ahead and say maybe not the strongest creators there. Don't like Riff Tracks at all. Okay, I do. I think there's some really strong stuff in there. I love Film Crew because they were basically creating a brand new sort of Mystery Science Theater-y thing, and then they just dropped it in favor of Riff Tracks. But they had kind of a story, kind of an idea behind it. I just felt it was better than just Riff Tracks. And like I say, Cinematic Titanic, I think, is kind of hit or miss. Some of them are absolutely outstanding. But some of them, they're good. They're good. You got a lot of people there. That's the thing. You got a larger crew. Film Crew was pretty good. Yeah, I agree. I'm sad there are only 4 of them. I think all 4 of those were very, very good. But, okay, you guys march up there. And I did like the fact they had kind of, a story behind it. There was a premise, if you will. Yeah, you should be able to hit everything right now. Is there a reason you're not firing? Is there a reason you're not firing? Where's my other... Yeah, there's that one. And there's that one. Oh, I put you in the wrong place. Okay. That's fine. We're going to win this anyway. This is going to be fine. No worries. Did Polsk leave? I might need to sue people. I don't know. I don't know if Polsk left. I haven't heard from Polsk in a little bit. I don't recall him kicking around recently. He might have gone. I think he's only on his phone, so battery issues are a factor with him. Why don't you... Wow, you have a short range on this. Such a short range on this. Don't even bother. You... I don't know, fire at those guys. It'll be fine. Everyone just fire at a thing. This is going to be a very quick battle. I only want to resolve it personally because... Oh, Polsk is back. There's Polsk. There's Polsk. I only want to resolve it personally because I'll probably come out better. The auto-resolve would probably have me suffer more damage than is really strictly necessary. But everyone should be fine right now. You can just halt and fire at will. You're trying to do magic at me. It's not super working out for you. You can get over here, please. The RK-62 is a Finnish service rifle based on the AK-47. Okie doke. Fair enough. Go charge their leader, please. And you guys, go start picking at their leader. We'll finish this off nice and easy. Go ahead and, I don't know, do a thing. Do a thing. Just fire off a spell, do a thing, it's all good. Are you firing at something? Please say yes. You know what, it doesn't even matter if you are, truth be told. Just picked this game up yesterday in the Steam sale. Oh, gaming lawyer. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the addiction. Oh, gaming lawyer. Oh, your life is over. Your life is completely over. I love this game, gaming lawyer. I absolutely love this game. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely. I never thought I wanted to play this game. I don't usually do real-time strategy stuff at all. Like, I looked at people playing this and like, oh, I'm not going to be very good at moving the armies around or anything like that. I probably shouldn't do this game. And then I ended up binge-watching Many a True Nerd play it. He did the Eye of the Vortex campaign. And if you haven't watched that, I'm going to promote somebody else's channel, but he doesn't need my promotion. But that's how I got into it. I started binge-watching Many a True Nerd. He did a Skaven run of the Eye of the Vortex campaign, and it is just start to finish engaging. And the more I watched it, the more I'm like, wow, I think I might like to try and play this game. This looks really cool. He's making it seem really cool. He's really into it and really passionate about it because, you know, it's him, so he's into all the Total War stuff. But I picked up just like the base vanilla game. I'm like, all right, I think like you, I found it on sale. And last year sometime I found it on sale. And I got, you know, a few turns into it and I was just all done. All done. I don't even know how many hundreds of hours. Actually, I do know. I put like over 300 hours into it at this point, which doesn't seem like much, but it doesn't seem like much, but in a very, very short period of time. So welcome, gaming lure, welcome. We do this every Saturday. We do Total War every Saturday. Welcome to the addiction. I will probably never hear from you again because you'll be playing Total War. No, we're just going to raise this to the ground, thank you very much, because I don't want those people coming back. It's a very fussy settlement over here. I keep having to discipline people. You can't get out of there right now. That's fine. That's okay. You can get out of there next turn. If there is attrition, it won't be that bad. You sued David Bowie. Why would you do that? He is... I want to say he's dead, but he's not. He's just gone home. So why would you sue David Bowie? I bought the vanilla game last year, but never jumped into it. I did the same thing. I bought the vanilla game and jumped hard into it. And then because the great thing about this, when they put Warhammer on Steam sale, is the DLC just drops to pennies. So I did pick up some of the DLC, not all of it, and then a couple of people gifted me a couple of pieces of DLC, so I have I have all the DLC I want, basically. And I'm going to tell you right now, gaming lawyer, this is a slippery slope for DLC, because once you start enjoying it, like, I'm not trying to promote their game or their company or try and make these guys more money, because I know a lot of people have a lot of problems with the way Creative Assembly markets products, but I'm going to tell you, in terms of DLC, it adds value to the game and it's fairly priced. And I snapped, I'm like, you know what? This is going to add value to my game. It's something new, it's something fresh, it's a fresh way to play the game, and it's fairly priced. So there are parts of the DLC that I definitely own, and it's a very slippery slope. Very slippery slope. So welcome, gaming lawyer. I will... Yeah, no, I agree on the DLC, gaming lawyer. I think it's fairly priced that adds value, and that's all I want out of DLC. Is this going to make the game... Is this going to freshen up the game for me? Yes, it is. Is it fairly priced? Yes, it is. Great. That's all I need to know. All I need to know. Yeah, exactly. Paradox. No kidding. Lord Not Moved. Is that still Yastra? Okay, we're not moving Yastra, game. It's fine. Stop telling me I need to move Yastra. He's literally sieging something. Nightshade, you are doing some good work for us lately. You are really doing good work. But I would, I will give you this advice, gaming lawyer. If you jump into it and you're like, I don't think I'm really getting this game, because the first kind of the times I kind of jumped into it, I'm like, I still don't know if this is right for me. I went back and watched that Many a True Nerd series, and as well as just being incredibly engaging and humorous and funny, and he's just obviously a tremendous talent. It was also a great for me, like, oh, I see what he did wrong there, and I did the same thing wrong. Now I know how to get more enjoyment out of the game. So yeah. Paradox is the villain DLC-wise. Really? We're not all going to take a stab at EA? I suppose EA is more microtransactions rather than DLC. Nightshade, you've been doing great work. Why don't you have a spell? Yeah, let's give you a direct damage spell. That'll probably come up more than your very, very limited range area spell will. Okay, I think next turn we can actually poke the Lothern Bear. That'll be fun. Oh, no problem, Jess. No problem. We were welcoming gaming lawyer to the addiction that is Total War Warhammer. It's out of control. And I've had this conversation with like Civilian and Grem Devel and other folks like that. Like, I can't. You're talking about the True Nerd series, the first one or the second one? Oh, the second one. Sorry. Yes, I should have clarified that, gaming lawyer. The first one is good. It's very good. However, it ends abruptly due to technical errors. So he never gets around to finishing it, and he doesn't even really get that far into it. And I'm not going to slam him because, we've all played a game for the very first time. His first series, he's actually not very good at it. He's actually broadly terrible at Total War Warhammer. The second one, the Skaven campaign, Warhammer II. So the Skaven campaign that he did is just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. It's all him. He's a tremendous talent. I've said that before. It's how I started doing this, but the campaign itself and how he learns to get better and better at the game is really good. Luther Harkon, we are like best buddies with you. We love you in the Vampire Coast. You would like me to go to war with the followers of Nagash. Here's why I don't have a problem with that, Luthor. They live on the other side of the planet. We're never even going to meet them. I say that. You're at war with them. Does that mean they're down here? Because I don't see them. Show me where they are. Show me where they are. Oh, they're undiscovered. I can't see where they are. Okay. Well, they don't seem to be down here, unless they're in this hidden area right here. That is broadly okay. We will go to war with somebody we've never met, Luther Harkon, because we'd really like to remain best buddies with you. Like, hardcore. You're kind of our neighbors. Sue Linda across the street, she keeps letting her cats... Okay. So, Birdbrains has a problem with the cat issue. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think Gaming Lawyer is here in a legal advice, but that's totally okay. Have you played Mortal Empire's campaign? We're playing it right now, Gaming Lawyer. This is a Mortal Empire's campaign. And it's my favorite way to play it. Because it's sandbox, is really what it is. I mean, yes, there are objectives, but I think you could play for the rest of your natural life and never actually meet the objectives. There are so many of them. So, yeah, we're doing Mortal Empires right now. I'm actually just looking at my other screen to make sure I did put did say that. But yeah, so Mortal Empires is basically just sandbox version. The Many a True Nerd does the Eye of the Vortex because obviously it has a definable end. So he would, you can't do. I suppose you could do a Mortal Empires campaign on a channel, but it would just take you a million years. YouTube would have transmorgified into something else a million years from now. But long story short, Gaming Lawyer, I'm sorry, I'm going on too long about that. Yes, this is a Mortal Empires campaign. This is my favorite way to play it because it's sandbox. It's basically grab a faction and do whatever the heck you want. Hunker down, expand radically, kill everyone, whatever you want to do, you go ahead and do it. But it still does get progressively harder. There is a difficulty curve, so you can't just run rampant. Because as the game goes on, stronger and stronger factions will pop out of nowhere and murder you. So yeah, jumped right into Mortal Empires last night, realized I didn't know how to do anything. Jumped back to the first one for better tutorials. Yeah, you do definitely want to go through the tutorials. Or, I mean, actually just watch someone else do it, whether that be me or Many a True Nerd. And there's some other great Total War folks out there on YouTube. I mean, there's a ton of them, way better than me at it. I don't claim to be an expert. I'm just claim to have put in a lot of hours, and I claim to love this game. Both of those statements are true. Whether I'm quote-unquote, air quotes, good at it is another question. Although, I feel I hold my own. I feel I survive. I've done a bunch of great... Oh, Sabioth's back! Fantastic. About time, Sabioth. I need you to go be a spy. Yes, all the things are happening in Ulthuan. Most importantly, Sabioth is back. Sabioth, where are you? Is that you? No, that's somebody else. Where did they park Sabioth? Lord not moved, that's fine. Hero not moved. Thank you, Sabioth. Oh, they parked you in Lothern. Great, good. Good place to be. Oh, Jacob, you're off to work. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm sure Hawk won't invade you anytime in the near future. Have fun in the North Pole. But seriously, Jacob, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Good luck at work. Have a good day at work. So, yes, Sabioth. Back to plan A of having you go spy in Lustria. I need to know what's going on down here, because there's a lot going on down here. And if these guys wanted to take out Lord Mazdamundi for me, I'm okay with that. We're technically at peace with him now, but I don't expect that to last. He's constantly poking my bear. Lothern, oh dear, you're suffering attrition. What a terrible, terrible thing. Terrible. That's awful. I'm so sad that you're suffering attrition. Okay, how much attrition are you suffering? That's kind of the question I need to know. Yeah, a little bit of attrition. A little bit of attrition. I'd like to actually just starve you out or get you even worse than that. We'll continue that siege. We will continue that siege a little bit longer. The other issue we have to figure out is what we're going to do with Velatroth here, because that army at the Eagle Gate is only getting bigger. But that's basically okay, because the worst they can do is come down to Tor Anrock, unless they try and blow past Tor Anrock and go for White Peak. That would be... How well defended is White Peak? Actually, pretty well defended. I mean, it's as big a garrison as I can get there. That's the max garrison I can have. Dragon Master, can we chill on the emoticons, man? It's like the whole chat is whatever that is, a teddy bear or something. Why don't we chill on that? Let's take a break from the emoticons, okay? Let's do... I can get you even better walls. Yes, I totally want you to have even better walls in Tiranoc. Kind of forgot where Tiranoc is. Oh, Tiranoc is... Where is Tor Anrock. Sorry, I'm misspeaking that. Yeah, Tor Anrock definitely have better walls. That's a great idea, actually. And is there anything we can do money-wise? Yeah, I think we'll probably do that, too. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Bird Brains. Let's do... There we go. Okay. Problem solved. Yep. Well, we're going to solve that problem real quick. Okay. I think I've solved that problem. Please let me know if I didn't. Please let me know if I didn't. Okay, back in action here. Yeah, Velatroth. I know you're probably getting bored just sitting here, and that makes you lose loyalty. But I kind of just want them to come to us. So for right now, Velatroth, we're gonna chill on you. No problem, Beatles Eternally. I usually let it slide for a little bit because he usually just gets fed up and goes away if I don't engage with him. But if it's annoying you guys, then it's annoying me. So we can make that happen. No, I just hit him, Bird Brains. He might be still typing things. I don't know. I just muted him, basically. So, Hag Hall, you can get better walls. That is not a bad idea, but let me check in on Quintex. I haven't checked in yet. Is there things we should be building for you that you need? Not really, actually. Not really at all. Can we get... I can't get your level 5 Dragon Hatchery yet, because that's stupid money. I don't really need level 4 walls here, because this is very hard to get to. It would be shocking if somebody made it all the way up there. So, Lord Not Moved is just Nightshade. You can get to Temple of Adioth. And you know what? While you're there, let's give you a few more troops. You actually have a fairly decent military infrastructure here. We could get you, I don't know, some Corsairs? Some Corsairs might be nice. Do you want some Corsairs? Or Shades? Don't have them. Can you fire while moving? No, you can't. Then you're kind of useless to me. Get a couple of Corsairs while you're here. While you're in town, grab a couple of Corsairs. And end that turn. No more suing or torture from Cthulhu. That doesn't sound like him at all. Why would Cthulhu say that? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't sound like something Cthulhu would do. Can you sue him? You can sue him all you want. Just don't sue David Bowie. He went home. He doesn't live here anymore. Did you know, with Bobcat, the rifle Billy Zane's... Oh, Billy Zane. Okay. I thought it was the rifle. Billy was the name of the rifle. The rifle Billy Zane's character used in the movie Sniper is not a PSG-1, but an SR-9 TC with a standard HK-91 forearm and biopod. I'm going to tell you right now, Bobcat, I did not know that. I can be a man and admit I did not know that at all. I'm not even sure there was a movie called Sniper and that Billy Zane was in it. I remember the movie Sniper. I couldn't tell you Billy Zane was in that. Cthulhu usually settles out of court. Aggressively, gaming lawyer, aggressively settles out of court is what we'd say about that. And yes, aggressively settles out of court. Okay, where are we at here? We're pretty much ready to move into Ulthuan. I think. I want to check how much attrition they've suffered now. And I also want to check how much the Dreadfleet are having a problem with the High Elves, because the High Elves are staging a comeback. Surprisingly. I thought the High Elves were done. We've carved up, between the Dreadfleet and us, we've carved up Ulthuan. But they are coming back strong. They're not playing around. So I want to see how much territory they've regained. Because we're real good buddies with the Dreadfleet. That was the plan, Dreadfleet. You have one side of Ulthuan, I have the other. We drive the High Elves out. But now they've made a comeback, and I'm kind of putting that on you, Dreadfleet. You had the most territory there. I'm kind of putting that on you. Okay, yeah, I don't really care about the Skaven, though. Actually, that's not Skaven. That's, is that Harganeth? No, that's Claire Carond. That's Claire Carond. Okay, I think we're broadly fine with them. And we're not doing much up in the north right now anyway, so that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Okay, I don't care about vampire pirates. Not these vampire pirates, anyway. I care deeply about other vampire pirates. Somebody's assaulting units, and Yastra. Yastra, you always have some kind of issue. What is your issue now? What is the Rod of Briars, and am I willing to sacrifice 6 loyalty? Armor-piercing damage. Okay, so it's a magic missile. Fine. Armor-piercing damage. Great. That's not worth 6 loyalty drop. I'd rather take your experience and +1 loyalty. That just kind of goes without saying, oh, the Deadwood Sentinels were killed. I'm not super surprised by that. I think they only had 1 settlement for ages. Oh, critical failure, Natalia. Sorry, Natalia. You're dead. Oh, Technology Research Masters of Murder. I didn't want that, but I wanted the thing that was after it. Not that. Get me to technology. There was something after that I really wanted. I think. Maybe it wasn't. What did I... oh, because of the additional 5% chance for assassinate. That's why I wanted that. Yeah, that ain't nothing. Local recruitment capacity +1. Should have taken that ages ago. Ages and ages ago I should have taken that. Because you, for one, Nightshade, could have had a much better army by now. Kick yourself into March stance there. Let's get you moving. Hopefully the Temple of Adioth is going to be able to deal with itself for right now. Imagine a TV game based on the day the Earth froze. Sampo would, of course, be OP. Oh, Day the Earth Froze is one of those ones I have a tough time getting through. As, you know, in terms of doing, like, what's the top 10, there's also the what's the top 10, like, I can't even. Because the movie is too terrible and their riffing is not on. So it's actually just horrible to get through. It's not dead, which is an eternal life. Strictly liability damages apply. Got it. Richard Peckman has some very nice art in his gallery. Okay. Oh, Pickman's gallery. Got it. It's delightful. It's delightful. And what I really like, Bobcat, about Pickman's gallery is, for his art supplies, he sources locally. He sources locally. He's involved in the local economy. He likes to shop local. Well, shop is a bit of a stretch, but, he likes to do things locally. So, Lothern, how's your attrition these days? Could be better. Could be better. And, boy, that guy assaulting our units, after many, many turns of doing it, has actually done a surprising amount of damage that we're not healing off because we're sieging these guys. Okay, I have a plan. It's probably not a good one, but I have a plan. What we'll do is I'm going to take Nightshade, who I think we can probably leave the Temple of Adioth alone now. Unless there's another rebellion up there, but I think Public Order is under control now. Under control with the Public Order. We've got that locked in. Corruption is ticking up. That's good. That will help with Public Order. Although Skaven corruption is ticking up too. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And, of course, I won't now. So, we're going to move Nightshade down to Ulthuan to support Velatroth. Between the two of them, depending on what this army does, we might be able to take the Eagle Gate, which opens up Whitefire Tor and Tor Elrur to us. And Tower of Lisson will fall like a house of cards. That's an easy one. So I think we start the next stream with taking Lothern. And we're just going to kick the door down in Lothern. Is there any truth to the rumors that his models aren't actually from the Boston area? Well, they're not anymore. I'll tell you that. They've been spread around a little bit. They have many locations now. So yeah, I think we'll call the stream here, which is basically ending as it began with the Siege of Lothern. But we got some other stuff done, which is good. And we beefed up Nightshade's army so she can come to Ulthuan and help out. So we'll call the stream from here. We'll pick it up again next time. We'll kick down the gates of Lothern. And then we got to figure out what happens next in Ulthuan, because the High Elves, there's another army right there. They're staging a huge comeback. Who are you? Are you rebels? You are rebels. Okay, you're fine. They're kicking out the Dreadfleet, and the Dreadfleet are our allies. So we, I think, need to get more aggressive against the High Elves, because we can't have them staging a good comeback now. So we'll do that in the next stream. Thank you, Jess. Thank you guys, all of it. I'm glad it was a blast. Beatles Eternally, thank you so much. Gaming Lawyer, I will probably never hear from you again, ever, because you'll be playing Warhammer. But good luck with it. Do go through the tutorials. Enjoy it. It's so much fun. I hope you have even half as much fun playing as I do. This is in my probably top 3 games of all time. If you put me on a desert island, this is going to be one of the games I'm going to bring with me. So thank you guys all so much. I know I say it every single weekend, but really, really appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me. I have so much fun playing this with you guys. It's just like a regular gang of friends that hangs out every weekend. And I get up on Monday morning and I look forward to the Saturday stream, and I don't say that lightly. That's a very real thing. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate it. We'll do the one on Friday with The Sims, and I'll see you on Saturday for Warhammer, and we'll do it all again next week. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you again. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.